Okay.
Hi, I'm Miles.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Owen. Today we're going to be talking about, this is our first video. We're going to be talking about politics, things we care about. And today we're going to be talking about our community. We've been working on a project for the past couple months here. Miles, what's that project been about?
So the past couple months, since I got back from basic training, we've been working on a problem we noticed. In our community, we see a lack of engagement opportunities for youth. There's a lot of opportunities for community building in younger children, and a lot of activities for older adults, the elderly, but we don't see a lot for youth. And this is causing a major safety concern in our community, a sort of crisis of community that we're facing. And so we decided collectively to do something about it.
Teens need socialization. Something I've noticed is that the most common activity for high schoolers to do after school, we try to think of like the most popular things. Probably the most common answer was walk to Taco Bell after
Taco
school.
Bell.
Hang around in the hallways at school. People want places to hang out. People want places to socialize, especially teens. And so I've looked through our county's leisure magazine of like all the activities. And something I've noticed is that there's abundant, just like you mentioned, abundant activities for younger elementary school kids. And as soon as we hit like adulthood, there's couples classes, there's all types of activities for kids with parents and the elderly as well. But there's just a gap in the market for teen activities and to build community. So that's kind of why we're here today. We noticed these problems. So for younger adults to engage the community, and so we've noted we already have recreation centers in our county. Why don't we utilize these centers that we already have established to promote more teen activities and try to get people treating these community rec centers like community spaces?
Mm-hmm. One of the first things we did, we started out, Owen actually gave a speech at one of the local supervisor meetings.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah. So that's kind of how we started out. I wanted to find a topic that I could talk to people about, that I cared about. And what I was really focusing on that time was community. So I was looking into how we can make our community for teens more inclusive, how we can get more people involved. So I gave a speech to the county about how we need more third spaces. Third spaces are places that aren't home, school, or work. We need places where people can hang out, just socialize, become more involved in their community, right? So I thought that these rec centers would be a good place to build more community. And so I talked to them about building more third spaces and stuff like that. But this idea takes our existing buildings, and we're going to talk about how we can make them better for the teens in our community already.
And it was after you gave this speech, we were contacted by a local organizer around our age who goes to a college in D.C., and we created this sort of group that we have now. One of our first missions that we had to undertake was we had to go to these rec centers and we had to survey what they had available. You mentioned going through the leisure magazines.
Yep.
That's one of the things we did.
Yep.
Knowing what they have available, knowing what they don't have, getting the opinions of people who go there, people who work there, things that might have been offered in the past that aren't currently. And that brought us to one of our main points in this project. One of the local rec centers had a community night for young adults, for high schoolers, or was it middle schoolers?
High schoolers and middle schoolers.
To come once a month, have these events, games, food, music, and just build a community, have somewhere for them to go, something to do other than just hanging around. And that's one of our main priorities, is bringing this back, making a community again.
It was a really good program, and we found that it actually really wouldn't be expensive. We're talking about just having an event, advertising it with school leadership at the local high schools, having good communication with what they'd like to see at these events. We think it would be really cool to get food trucks, get games at these events. We think it would be really great. Something I'm most excited for is to get high school bands that are around the area. I'm sure they would love to play at these events and show off some of their talent. It was something we often say, is that we wanted to go see a band at our high school. I never got to see them. You saw them once, I believe,
Just
right?
once.
Right. So just once. My friends were in this band, but I never got to see them. It's because I didn't have somewhere local nearby where I could go see my friends perform. This would provide a good opportunity, as well as just go hang out with your friends. Something that I draw on when, like, I'm a college student now, so I don't have many of these events anymore. But like prom and homecoming and football games, those were times where I went to school voluntarily, and like a lot of people did, just to go hang out with friends, just go talk. I was never watching the football game, way more focused on enjoying the company with my friends and just going out and doing something.
Food, company, music, having something to do other than the home, other than, just going to Taco Bell.
Right.
And so that's what we've been currently working on. We've been reaching out to local
Community leaders.
employees, community leaders, trying to build this project, trying to get this off the ground. And that's what we're continuing to do today.
We want to continue sharing our message. If you want to get more involved, leave a comment. Let us know kind of what you would like to see in your community. What would you like to see in your community spaces? For some people, that looks like basketball. For some, it may look like bowling or hockey or tennis or whatever. But what do you want to do or like theater games, right? Live music. All these types of ideas are whatever you can do to hang out with people and be friends. So that's kind of our main mission. We have a couple other missions. We want to additionally make the transportation routes between the schools and these rec centers more accessible.
Yeah, one thing we've noticed in our county is that there are certain transportation routes set up between certain schools and certain rec centers, but it's not a very wide thing. It's very specific to certain schools, certain rec centers, and this is an issue. If we want people to be using our community spaces, to actually be attending these places and making something out of them, we need to give them access to it, plain and simple. It's, for most places, a 40, 50, up to an hour walk.
Not accessible.
Any given place to another. If we want people to actually use these places and get something out of them, we need to provide transportation, put simply.
Yep, absolutely. And we think a draw to get people into these facilities, into these rec centers, this will be something we have to work out with budget process and everything, but we think it would be a good idea for the government to pay a small portion of membership fees for teens, and especially for teens in sports teams at the high schools, because these teens can either choose to go to Gold's Gym or Planet Fitness or whatever and pay an outside company, a private company, or they can reinvest their money back into the county and also make a hub for where people can hang out and socialize and build fitness and wellness. I think it would be a really good idea to just get more teens in these centers.
Absolutely. And so that's what we've been currently working on. If you have any ideas, things that you see in your county, things that you've seen adopted in your county that you'd like to share, we are all ears. A part of this is connecting with communities, not just ours, but any community, adopting what's worked, looking at what hasn't, and trying to build something better for our space in our community.
We've been talking with our local board of county supervisors. We've gotten support from a couple of them, a lot of support actually, and they think we can make this a reality happen as soon as this spring. We're going to set a date soon, and we're going to get local schools working with us. We're going to get other community political figures. We're working. This is absolutely something that I think both sides of the political spectrum will agree in. Community spaces that are safe, accessible, and build community.
Absolutely. If you want to stay involved, if you want to track our progress and see how we're doing, give us
We'll be right here. We'll be right here on this
here.
channel. We're going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Stick around for the ride.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
There you go.
That was
That's
awesome.
the video.